Hi everyone, my name is Rochi. I'm at the CHAINge conference in Columbus, Ohio. It's an ASCM powered supply chain conference, one of the largest in North America and across the globe. And today I have a very special guest here with me, Greg. Greg, do you want to quickly introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. Great. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Greg Schlegel. Presently, I'm the founder of a company called the Supply Chain Risk Management Consortium. We're 33 companies. We're about 1,700 supply chain risk professionals,
Mhm.
and we operate in 23 countries. So we do supply chain risk management every day. All right. I'm a career professor. I've taught at 6 universities. I've taught at Lehigh and Villanova for the last 10 years with supply chain risk and ERM, enterprise risk management, along with supply chain management. I'm a former IBMer with as a supply chain consultant with a
Mhm.
practice lead. I'm a practitioner, like many of your
Mhm.
audience participants. I've been 35 years in supply chain for about three or four Fortune 100 companies. And I've been a lifelong member of APICS, now
Mhm.
ASCM,
ASCM,
where
yeah.
we are today. And I was past president of the actual global organization back in the late 90s. So that's who Greg is.
Wow. It is not every day that we come across a past president of such a global organization spanning across multiple countries.
Mhm.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure to be here, always willing to talk to the students.
Mhm. Yeah. I guess I want to start off with first, how did you get into supply chain? I know you said you started off with IBM, but how did you think of making a career, such a extensive career with like over 5 decades of experience in supply chain?
Mhm.
And sorry, the second part would be, how did you get into supply chain risk?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Real quick story. I'm a dual curriculum graduate from Penn State.
Hmm.
So I took computer science
Hmm.
and I took operations research. A lot of statistics way
Hmm.
back when. So I was a dual major type of graduate. I got my first job at a company called Hercules Chemical in
Hmm.
Wilmington, Delaware, and it was like a systems analyst job,
Hmm.
and they had a brand new ERP system,
Hmm.
all written in Fortran.
Oh wow.
This is 1973, folks,
Yeah.
and they had no idea how to make it run. So
Hmm.
they said, "Well, yeah, you're a young kid. Come on in.
Yeah.
You've had Fortran. Uh, make this thing work."
Yeah.
And it was an entire ERP system back
Hmm.
in the 1970s, written in Fortran. So
Wow.
that was my first opportunity to demonstrate my skills
Hmm.
in programming. And one thing led to another. All
Hmm.
right. What we did is we made it work, and then we started to implement all the modules that everyone here at Change basically learns about:
Hmm.
demand forecasting, demand management, inventory, production,
Hmm.
scheduling, distribution.
Hmm.
We did it all for 7 years. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I made things work and then installed and made them run within a $10 billion chemical company that was
Hmm.
it was the 10th largest revenue company in the United States in
Hmm.
1973.
Okay.
That's how I started. I was very lucky.
Yeah.
I just fell in
Hmm.
to a nice position where I could early leverage my strengths.
Hmm.
That's how it worked.
Wow. I feel like a lot of people have like they don't traditionally start with supply chain. They just sort of fall into it. Like my story, I started as a mechanical engineering major, realized that I can't do it, did an internship where I got to work with the supply chain team,
Yep.
and here I am, made a major switch. So I definitely agree with that. And I guess the second part of the question, like, what is risk management and how did you think of starting something in risk management?
That's a good question. I'll give you a little story.
Hmm.
It's a Lehigh University story.
Okay.
All right. Starting in 2010,
Mm.
after all my practical experience, I was with IBM. After that, essentially, I was asked by Lehigh
Mhm.
to teach undergraduate supply chain.
Mhm.
Lehigh University, one of 150 universities
Mhm.
now, has a 4-year degree
Okay.
for the students in supply chain management.
Mhm.
They learn all about supply chain statistics.
Mhm.
We graduate about 300 students a year
Mhm.
out of a 4-year degree. So they asked me to teach a senior level supply chain course before the students graduate.
Mhm.
So one day we're sitting in the faculty lounge,
Mhm.
and we started to talk. The faculty in a table, round table, started to talk about articles
Mhm.
they were reading about supply chain disruptions
Mhm.
and the financial negative impact that companies were going through
Mhm.
with the disruption. And so we're going around the table, and we're talking and quoting articles that we've been reading,
Mhm.
and our department chair was sitting there as well. And finally, he turns over to Greg and says, "Well, Greg, we should have a course
Yeah.
on supply chain risk. We should allow our students, our undergraduates and graduates, we
Mhm.
should allow them or give them and make them aware
Mhm.
of what's going on."
Yeah.
And then, well, why don't you make a course up?
Wow.
How long do I have? Take a couple weeks, 6 weeks or so. Yeah, the term is ending. We'll start next term. I'm going, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I can do that. So that's really how it started.
Mhm.
You know, a good discussion,
Mhm.
and then a lot of articles early on back in 2010 where people were experiencing supply chain risks and had no idea how to mitigate that
Mhm.
risk in supply chain.
Yeah.
That's how it started, and away
Wow.
we went.
Wow.
That's how the consortium started. Because
Mhm.
I'll put an addendum on the about 2 years after we started to teach. This is an MBA course.
Mhm.
After 2 years, we were using some tools, and I started to build a
Mhm.
body of knowledge,
Yeah.
capturing all the articles,
Mhm.
capturing data points in the news, readings. We built an actual 40-hour MBA class,
Mhm.
and it went so well that about 3 years after that class started, I took the initiative. I had a passion for the content, and basically put together a 5-member
Mhm.
consortium, like an LLC,
Yeah.
and more or less put together our offerings, our consultancy, and
Mhm.
away we went.
Wow. And today you span across, you work with more than 30 companies.
Yeah, we now have 33 companies, 1,700. They're not employees;
Mhm.
they're partners.
Yeah.
1,700 folks in 23 countries, and we've been in business for about 15 years now. And
Wow.
that's all we do:
Yeah.
supply chain risk and resilience.
Yeah. Wow. And for everyone watching this, like, Greg is not only here for a 2-day conference at night from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., he's also working with a Middle East client, and like he's working around the clock. So I think
Uh,
that
not advisable. Not advisable. That's a good one.
yeah. And I wanted to ask, like, since you've worked with students, you've worked with professionals, what is one common thing that you are seeing right now that you feel like this is one trait or one skill set that especially students should have to succeed in their career?
It's a good question. It's a hard question.
Mhm.
All right. I got two for you.
Mhm.
Two.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
more the merrier.
One is technology.
Mhm.
All right. The algorithms, statistics, predictive analytics.
Mhm.
If you're in school, take a few courses. Nobody likes statistics,
Mhm.
but risk is all about math.
Yeah.
All right. It's not calculus. It's not second derivative but it's all about math. There's
Mhm.
a lot of algorithms in risk management and in supply chain as well.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I would tell the students to get yourself aware of coding programs,
Mhm.
predictive analytic programs,
Mhm.
and AI and ML is coming to supply chain. It's already in.
Mhm.
All right. We use AI and ML algorithms
Mhm.
in our company.
Mhm.
We have two online assessment tools.
Mm-hmm.
We have AI ML algorithms underneath the covers,
Mm-hmm.
learning, capturing data from clients and users and so forth, and learning and getting better and better in terms of making recommendations. So, table stakes
Yeah.
for students: technology.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself aware of what is going on out there
Mm-hmm.
and take a few courses.
Yeah.
What do we call them? Additive courses
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. The second is, folks, communication skills associated with collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we as professors in supply chain curriculums
Mm-hmm.
don't do well.
Okay.
And we tend not to tell the students, to be successful in supply chain,
Mm-hmm.
you have to collaborate
Mm-hmm.
with other team members, with partners, customers, suppliers. So, table stakes,
Mm-hmm.
technology.
Mm-hmm.
Make yourself aware. And secondary, beef up and and take some classes about collaboration
Mm-hmm.
and communication skills,
Yeah.
because we tend not to teach them directly
Mm-hmm.
as professors in supply chain curriculums.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
No, I think that's super helpful. I feel like, yeah, in the era of AI and like with so many technologies that have come up, I think it's super important to be up to date with what's going on and have the latest skill sets. And I feel like I've heard this a lot too, that supply chain
Uh-huh.
is a very communication and collaboration oriented field. Like,
Mhm.
one thing I heard someone say, that AI can't really affect the supply chain domain because there's a lot of collaboration and talking and soft skills involved. What are your take on that? Like, how do you think AI is going to affect supply chain or risk management?
It is. It's going to affect it, and it's in there now. Like I said, we use it. We use it as a learning mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We use machine language, structured learning. We use reactive AI because we have AI algorithms watching the users. Users come into these assessment tools.
Mm-hmm.
Some are free.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to our website,
Mm-hmm.
we have a few free assessments.
Mm-hmm.
We have a supply chain management process maturity assessment where you can evaluate your company's supply chain processes
Mm-hmm.
in terms of best practices.
Mm-hmm.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's visual. It's free. We use AI ML algorithms to make that better and better and better. We have a risk
Mm-hmm.
assessment tool.
Yeah.
It's free.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You go in, answer a bunch of questions. It gives you a visual picture and it positions your company or your plant or your division, wherever you are, it positions you into a 5-stage maturity model for risk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so we have AI ML algorithms that essentially read, get better, they learn, and then they make recommendations
Yeah.
based on what is in the database,
Mm-hmm.
in the structured labeled data, and for the good of that particular person to
Mm-hmm.
move them forward.
Mm-hmm.
How is AI going to affect supply chain? It will.
Mm-hmm.
It will probably be a better tool to do predictive analytics,
Mm-hmm.
to predict, let's say, weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting pretty good at that,
Yeah.
meaning where weather is going to go
Mm-hmm.
and how it's going to impact your supply chain
Yeah.
with facilities. There's all kinds of optimization.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is it called? Structured decision, dynamic decision making. It's going to help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I would caution what you'll hear.
Mm-hmm.
This is a computer science guy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
talking. What you will hear from the pundits,
Mm-hmm.
that we call them the talking heads.
Yeah.
All right. I won't mention names.
Hmm.
Talking heads. They'll say, AI is coming to supply chain, going to take your job, and you won't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
That's totally false. And I'll tell you why. For the students,
Mm-hmm.
here's what happens. If you start leveraging and building out AI ML algorithms like we
Mm-hmm.
do, that's one job.
Mm-hmm.
But with AI ML algorithms and tools,
Mm-hmm.
it produces 3 additional jobs,
Yeah.
and jobs for us,
Yeah.
for students in supply chain and statistics. And here are the jobs we find, and we had to do this.
Mm-hmm.
No one will tell you this. All right, talking heads, you won't have to work ever again. AI is going to do everything. false.
Mhm.
All right. Uh, First job that is produced
Mhm.
is someone who maintains the algorithms.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
A techie of sorts,
Yeah.
somebody who really is immersed in the technology to run, build, and maintain.
Mhm.
Then you have a second
Mhm.
individual, a new job,
Yeah.
to essentially watch the outcome of the AI algorithm to make sure it's not hallucinating and produce good outcomes.
Mhm.
That's the second job.
Yeah.
Third job is someone like us
Mhm.
to explain to the executives what the heck the tool is
Means.
doing.
Yeah.
Three jobs. It's a 3-to-1 ratio.
Mhm.
So, yeah, in technology, in injections,
Mhm.
all the time, it does do away maybe
Mhm.
and automate a couple of jobs,
Mhm.
but it normally, technology as an injection
Mhm.
normally produces brand new positions. AI, ML, for your benefit, it's doing that today.
Mhm.
So don't get down on technology and go, holy cow, flop sweats,
Yeah.
we're going to look. No, because supply chain is still a collaborative game.
Mhm.
All right?
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents for
No, I think that's super
you.
incredible advice. Like, as you said, technology is an injection. Like, I feel like a lot of people, as you said, people read on LinkedIn and they're like, oh, my job is going to go. Should I even
Yeah.
study right now? But they don't look at it from this point of view that, yeah, you will need more people. Obviously, it's a tool that will help you
Mhm.
get better, but it's a team effort. It's a collaborative field that we are in. So,
Yeah, I don't fear it.
yeah,
Embrace it
yeah.
and then leverage it because it is going to be what we call an accelerator.
Hmm.
It's going to accelerate time to make decisions. We call it time to value.
Yeah.
It's doing it right now with just the LLMs, the
Hmm.
large language models,
Hmm.
Copilot,
Yeah.
ChatGPT 3.5. It accelerates the decision making and writing of proposals
Hmm.
and so forth. It's really pretty cool. It's pretty good.
Hmm.
It accelerates the time to value,
Hmm.
and it will do that over time in supply chain. That's my opinion.
Got it. Yeah, I think I agree with it. Like, I don't think like we're in a field where we can like totally automate everything and it's a tool. Um, so I think we'll see how productivity gets boosted in every single team once they start using, as you said,
Good.
LLMs and the other tools. I guess one last parting question that I have, since you have like so many years of teaching experience, industry experience, what is one thing that you want, and for viewers that were not able to make it to Change and were not able to meet you in person, do you have any parting advice for those that could really benefit them, either they're in school or like early career professionals?
Yeah, I have a couple of threads.
Hmm.
As a career professor,
Hmm.
we've always advocated if you're still in school,
Hmm.
if you're in a supply chain curriculum, get yourself an internship.
Yeah.
Internships are deal breakers.
Hmm.
They're differentiators for you.
Hmm.
If you have an internship and someone else who is competing for that first job doesn't,
Hmm.
here's what happens. We
Hmm.
we supply chain professionals are interviewing you
Yeah.
for the job
Hmm.
like they did with me way back when. If you have an internship and you mention it
Hmm.
to the interviewer
Hmm.
for that job, that's all they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
All right, they are going to ask you all kinds of questions about, well, how'd you like it? What'd you do?
Hmm.
What kind of deliverables did you have? Deliverables? Did you work on a project that accelerated time to value? Did you reduce cost? And you're way ahead
Hmm.
of that next competitor.
Yeah.
All right, really, it works great.
Hmm.
And so my first thread would be, if you're still in school, get yourself an internship.
Yeah.
That'll be a differentiator in your first job interview.
Hmm.
All right. Second, again, I would say, you know, if you like dynamic environments,
Hmm.
stay in supply chain because you will never ever be bored.
Yeah.
All right. Supply chain changes every single day,
Hmm.
and the risks in supply chain pop up, and they're brand new risks every day.
Hmm.
So if that dynamic environment
Hmm.
appeals to you,
Yeah.
you should stay in
Hmm.
supply chain. And then the third thing is, I would say, get certified. I probably have four
Yeah.
certification. I'm an APICS person. I'm an
Hmm.
ASCM 50-year member, past president. I have an affinity to supply chain in this organization. They provide certifications that are very well received in the marketplace. If you get a certification from ASCM, that will probably boost your pay about 25% over your nearest competitor. Those are statistics that I'm not making them up. ASCM does that every year. They do an annual survey, and it's a salary survey.
Yeah.
So be aware. You can get certified even if you're still in school.
Yeah.
I would recommend that. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware in the 60s when I was in school. You're still in school, do it.
Yeah.
It's another differentiator when you come out and start to interview.
Yeah.
All right. If you can't and you're running out of time in your curriculum, when you graduate, advocate to your interviewer. Yeah, you know, I know all about ASCM. I know the certifications. I'm really looking forward to getting certified in CPIM in supply chain, because what that says to the interviewer is you're motivated.
Yeah.
All right. And then that differentiates you. And then the fourth one was get some communication skills.
Yeah.
Take some classes if you're still in school. If not, come out, maybe join an organization, a .org, an education organization like this, or there are several others that offer classes on communication skills, because that's going to help you, because supply chain is now global, folks. Supply chains are very, very complex anymore. They're I'll say this because we're not in front of executives.
Yeah.
All right. We're in front of students. I'm a professor. The supply chains are networks. They're multivariate, non-linear networks.
Yeah.
They look like this. All right. We got so many suppliers, so many contractors, so many warehouses. It's a great landscape to do some great things in optimization and supply chain and risk management. So those are my 4 threads.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like those were super helpful. I think not a lot of people emphasize on certifications, but as you said, like ASCM offers CPIM and multiple other supply chain certification that can not only help you get ahead in your career, but it'll obviously give you more knowledge and make you seem more credible. So I'm really thankful for you to taking out the time and for meeting me today and for sharing all this advice with our audience. Thank you again, Greg.
My pleasure. All the best to all of you. Thanks.
Thank you.